full effect. Listen, I have a couple of announcements, topics, discussions that I want to be speaking on today. I was gonna do it yesterday, but yesterday was a very packed, busy day for me. But everything takes its time, and just in due time, things assist and things happen the best way. Because one thing I think I'm gonna start incorporating a lot because I notice that I do this, or I like to. I like to talk about various conversations, various topics to where I can speak on many things. Today, specifically, I want to speak on the main difference between someone who has game, learning game, and someone who thinks that they have game. Because I noticed there's a lot of disruptive harmony going on with a lot of people that I've even spoken with, on the back end and experience where people think that they have a certain type of experience, they think they know it all and shit like that. But we're gonna be breaking that down along with a movie review that I watched for Bring Her Back. I am waiting for my other phone to start up, but right now we can just go ahead and kick this shit off. To be honest, it's great to see everybody. Listen again, my name is AllStar Izzy. It's your host. It's the one with the most likes, subscribes, all that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, hit that button and everything. But I just want to say shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys taking this time out. It's a great Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, I think evening like what, like 5, 6, 7, 8. But regardless, let's go ahead and get to this conversation. I think I'm gonna start off with what's fresh off the press on my brain right now, and that's basically about when people think that they have game. Because it was interesting. I was thinking about this earlier. I was reflecting and I was speaking to one of my mentors, and we were just talking about evolution, basically the process and how far things have come from last time to at this time. And it was just amazing for the progression that happened. And one thing that my mentor used to tell me all the time was everybody wants to be the position that you're in, but not everybody will do the work that you're in, right? This is what separated me from the pack. Now, one thing, if you've been new here or if you're gonna come around here often, one thing that I speak about often is everybody has the same 24 hours, but the difference is what everybody does within the same 24. This is what separates the pros and the averages, right? The average Joe in this case. But one thing that he always told me often was just that when I used to be with my mentor running around the city, we used to do things. I used to be in positions, DJ booths. I used to be in all these type of rooms where people wanted to be at. Let me know what's up. Oh, I love jazz, by the way. I love jazz. Jazz is actually my favorite, one of my favorite genres. I wouldn't say my favorite. I really like hip hop the most, but jazz is definitely my one of my favorites for sure. I love jazz. It's very soothing. It's very nice, especially to have some company there when you want it. But one thing again, people used to see me around with my mentor all the time. How about yourself? You like jazz? And when people see me with my mentor, they will ask, I want to be mentored under you. I want to learn. I want to be with you and everything. And he used to say they all want that, and I give them a chance, but then none of them ever follow through. Lemon Light says, "What's your favorite food?" My favorite food, it comes in waves. To be honest with you, ladies, it's great to see you. Thank you for stopping by. But my favorite food as of right now, I think I'm gonna have to say sopes. You know what I'm saying? Um, Lovely Cobra says I'm gonna be the first male pregnant thoughts. Um, I didn't even know you were male because you don't even show yourself. Lovely Cobra, whatever the fuck your name is. Well, if that's the decision you decide to make, then go ahead, do you. You know what I mean? The world will need you because women. A lot of women probably don't want to get pregnant, so you can be the first to step up to the plate. But I'm going to continue with my thing. Shout out to everybody. Thank you guys for taking the time out. If you guys are new, go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button, and we on the road to the top. I won't be here for very too long, probably about another 30 to 40 minutes. But I do want to just break this down with the people. And if you want to engage, you got some questions, just, fucking talking shit. We're here to engage. I'm talking with y'all. We having conversation. But one of the biggest things is that I noticed because the thing is that when you become a student of the game and you're learning a lot, you're not just going to one level and then you go to a next level. There's many levels of learning and evolving. So that's something that I've understood. The thing that what everybody wants in this world, like specifically with people who like, I want game, I want life advice, I want to get more women, I want to be confident, I want to be charismatic, I want to be more charming, I want to be more extroverted in situations. That's what most people think that where game really falls into, but most people say that they want that. What they're really just saying is that they want to be seen that way. People don't want to actually do the work. Because the work that I was doing, when they seen me in the limelight or the spotlight from the shit with me boxing, great to see you, from when me and my mentor was running around the city doing all these things. Everybody wanted a spot to where I was in. Everybody wanted to be mentored under my mentor. Everybody wanted to be around me, being like, what did you learn? How did you learn this? How you getting these girls? How you getting in these positions? How you getting in this spot? The thing is that the main difference between someone who has game and learning game, right? A student of the game, really, versus someone who thinks they have game is their mindset, meaning the open-mindedness that comes between the two. So I've noticed a lot of people in my life, like even before like most of this coaching stuff started happening and me coming out here and speaking and having conversation, a lot of these people think that they can just, I can tell them what to do. It's me, Bella, great to see you. I can tell them something to say to a lady or something to say as far as like how to present yourself. And they think that they have game. That's not what that is. What most people do is that they stay, when they want to learn game, they don't actually learn game. What they're doing is learning what the image of what it looks like to become this shit. It's not an image to look. Remember, as within, so without. I'm not trying to look like it to become it. I gotta become it to look like it, because that'll eventually happen. It will eventually take its place as far as it goes to there. And what I notice is that most people think that they could take a piece of shit and become this one thing. Listen, the biggest difference and what really prevents everybody from becoming a student of the game, becoming the confident version, the best version, all that shit that you guys see, right? The biggest thing is that you guys stick with what you think at first. So what I'm saying is that if I'm teaching you how to present yourself in a opportunity to get an opportunity and success in the business, right? And I give you 1, 2, 3 on how to say this, how to say that, exit out. And you take that but you present it with your own twist and your own words, you lost. Because what you're doing is you're trying to take in what I told you with your own understanding. You cannot evolve within your own understanding when you want to get to the next step. You're at the step that you're at because of your lack of understanding. You see what I'm saying? Students of the game, people who got game, even to this time where I am, I'm still a blank canvas to things that I don't know. If I don't know something, I'm going to come in with the understanding of I'm going to be open-minded. I'm a blank canvas, and everything will happen from there. I will learn what I need to learn. I will get the information that I need to get from this opportunity, from this conversation, and then I can move forward. And then I can use my own understanding from the methods that I learned to learn more. You see, this is where people fall off with the limit, like their own limited beliefs, and people get stuck in their own way where they don't even see it. Jackie New, great to see you. Your mom says this guy just saying words and trying to sound deep. Your name is your mom. You're here looking at my handsome face, conversing on the other side of the phone. So who's really doing all the typing and just saying words? Let's keep going. Because you start, I'm going to start back. But regardless of the thing is, you know what? Your mom is actually a great example. Lacks real comprehension. That's exactly what I need to say. You know what? Your mom is actually a great example of people who think that they know things. And then when you teach them something, they come to their own understanding of what they think that they know, which they will never even get to a point of knowing something even further than that. Because this is what your people like your mom is the reason why society cannot progress as a unit or even as an individual in itself. This is the biggest reason. This is one of the main reasons. You speak on something, you say something, I'm all for the fun and games. I'm all for the trolling. But motherfuckers like you that sit in the back with no real name, no profile picture to show yourself, it's embarrassing. And you guys are the biggest reasons in understanding. You actually just made an example of what I just taught, of what I just brought forward to people. Because people want to be taught things. People want to look like this. They want to look like the guy who's on top, the woman who's on top. But none of y'all want to do the actual work. None of y'all want to actually have a conversation within yourself. There is no open-mindedness when it comes to who you want to learn from. If you go to a teacher, you speak to somebody, I'm not speaking to them because I'm the head of them. I'm coming to them with the understanding and open-mindedness that I need to learn something from them, not from my own understanding. Because another experience that I told y'all about is that once I learned from my mentor and still continuously learning, he even told me from his bird eye perspective, I was doing good, but I was only at a level 1. He was the type to be able to be at a broader perspective, to see this level one, clean it up, make the act look better, go to level two, because I wasn't ready at level two. I don't even know what level two looks like because people get too stuck on to level one. That's when I talk about the evolution of being him. All right. Everybody wants to be like, I'm that girl, I'm that guy. Okay, you want to be that. But guess what? Eventually, the title of I'm him ends up evolving. See, the thing is that people want to stick to just what that looks like or the title of it. You guys don't really care about what it's like to be within that. You guys just want to brag about what y'all doing. The only reason I talk my shit the way I say is because it's true. I've been in various cases where I've been around multiple people in real life where people are learning from somebody who has made well over 7 figures, understands entrepreneurship on a different level with communication skills that can be effective in how to build relationships, and shows us and puts us in rooms of relationships. I don't come to him with the understanding, oh, what if I do it like this, like that? No. If he teaches a method, he teaches a method. But if there's an idea that sparks up, I will voice myself when that time is supposed to be there. Because I'm learning from this individual. And this is what is the main difference between people who think they got game versus people who don't have game and people who have game. The thing is that too, and I put this analogy, it was in my notes. Just because you can become a manager doesn't mean you got game. And I'm gonna break it down. Let me look at these comments from your mom. Don't even know what you're saying. LOL, what are you saying? This is hilarious. And you're still here listening, so enjoy the show. Regardless. When I'm saying I've met plenty of managers, right, who think that they come, you know what, we can even take it to a spectrum of managers. People who think they have leadership, people who have leadership titles in corporate and companies. The reason why I say you can be a manager and still have no game, and you have a person that's lack of game, is because what most people do is just want to take up the responsibility, and they want to see and mimic the part of what a manager is, and they become that part. You see, the game isn't about mimicking. The game isn't about becoming what they want to be, because that's a form of people pleasing. That's a form of wanting to have external validation. I'm not here to just try to mimic some other shit. I'm not here to just look at some other shit. I'm not here to become this one thing. When people become managers, they become what they need in a manager as in the company. The person with game understands what a manager is and the responsibility roles and learns, but also becomes impactful. There's a difference between someone that you need versus someone that you want. And let's just keep it in companies in a sense. Because in companies, most people are just seeing, let me just use this one person and keep them in there because they're easily accessible. They're gonna do what I say. They're not trying to really voice themselves. They're kind of like, okay, whatever, let's just promote him. I mean, he's there, he's accessible, he makes himself open on weekends, let's keep him. The other one that they actually need, who puts them in positions to need and to learn to get more, to have an impact in the company and in life, is the individual who takes the role, but not only just as a role as a manager, but creates true impact in where they're at. Takes things to the higher spot. Because I had to address this part of what the main difference is. I was going to make a video on it, but then I realized there's a lot of people like this individual over here and other people that think that they're really doing something in life. That most people are just mimicking a persona, mimicking an image, mimicking conversations, think pieces, certain things to say. These motherfuckers ain't really like that, to be honest. They want to think that they are, but they really not. And the reason that they're really not is because they will spend their time typing away. They will spend their time trying to pick your brain and have conversations on certain things, but conversations of what's going on. That's what I'm saying, Jackie. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is why, this right here, this little paragraph right there is a great example of what exactly that I'm talking about. This is what separates the pros, like myself, versus the averages, like themselves. Because what you do in 24 hours will always show. You may think I'm having fun. Yeah, sure. Have fun your whole life. Have fun your whole way. You're only going to get to a certain part, a certain perspective. You'll probably end up as a mailing service, only just delivering mail for $12.25 an hour. Because you don't know how to have conversation. You don't know what it's like or understand what I'm even bringing to the table. And here's the thing too, Jackie. Motherfuckers like this who still troll and still stay, they deep down know this motherfucker right. This motherfucker's talking some shit. I'm kind of getting it. I gotta hate because I started hating, and I can't stay away from that. But I gotta stay right there. So it's all good. Come enjoy the conversation. It's all good. I'm glad that you're enjoying the show. You know, this shows a lot on your end. Maybe I'm actually speaking to a part of yourself that you want to project off. And see, the only reason I'm only focusing on you, because I don't really give a fuck about people like y'all, is because you bring up a great example of what I'm talking about today. Of course, it's me, Bella. Of course, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I'm not sure if I've seen you before, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you for taking the time out. Thank you, and you're more than welcome to subscribe. And I hope to see you in the future. But the reason is because this is what brings the polarity in life. Like, this is like, I'm glad. You know what? Your mom, you actually made I'm really glad that you made yourself present today. You actually created the example that I needed for today. And this is what we talk about. Because another thing that I speak about is when, even to learn, become a student of the game and everything. You got to have people like this. You see, this is an example of someone who is bettering themselves, someone who's learning, teaching, and also learning too, but knowing from experience and creating examples. Exactly. See the thing, Jackie, and it's so spiritual, like, like it's crazy how we need each other in a sense. Like, we can even go deeper into that. Because to say you got game is to also say someone else doesn't have game. To say that you're learning is to say someone else is closed-minded. So this whole thing right here is the world, meaning that there always is the yin and yang to everything. You can be great, but you can be hated. You can be happy, but someone else can be sad. A great example of people who can be closed-minded but still love this world and in this world. This is all it really comes down to, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's a huge difference between learning and applying versus just trying to understand things from your own perspective when people are teaching you things. Because when you're learning, you're taking in what they're saying as a blank canvas. You're thinking to yourself, oh shit, like, this is what it means to be humble. Truly, I like to say the word open-mindedness. I think the word gets a bad rep. But this is when you let go of the things you once know. When somebody's teaching you about finance who makes more money than you, are you going to be thinking, oh, but what about this? And what about, no, you don't have no say. I tell you, and if you have an idea or a question for an answer, then you go from there. There's no, I got this. No, you're not in that position because you're trying to learn from the teacher. So you go into the thing, you learn it. You're taking in what they're saying. You're letting the conversation come in, and your youth, and it's such a beautiful awakening and enlightenment when you think to yourself, you're like, God damn, I've been thinking 1, 2 equals 4. This whole time is 1, 2 plus 1, 2 equals 3. I've been wrong this whole time. And then this is when the acceptance comes in and you start to learn, is when you actually let go of the things that you thought, because you're like, I'm wrong. And most people don't want to admit that they're wrong, because when they admit that they're wrong in certain scenarios, they think their ego, their self-importance is so huge that they're like, no way I'm wrong. No way this can't be right. But what about the things that I've done? The things that you've done led you to this point right now for you to learn from me in this example, or from the teacher's example. So when you learn from somebody else, it's an open-mindedness of letting go of everything that you once thought. And even the things that you did think about can come in as you're learning, but it only comes in because you're comparing the sense of what he says just debunked everything I once knew, and what I was doing was wrong this whole time, which brings you into a new state of learning new things, of becoming new things. See, this is when you start to become a student, because you can't, just because you sit in the classroom, just because you sit on Zoom, just because you're in this meeting, just because you come up to and I see these comments, I'll get to in a second, but just because you present yourself for orientation doesn't automatically make you a student. The person who stays along asks questions that they don't even know, no matter if it's stupid, no matter if it's dumb, they're the ones that are going to learn and move further in life. See, I was always in the back of the classroom, but I learned to be in the front because I'm like, I get distracted easily. But when the people show up to orientation, let's say there's 50 people. I'll give the benefit of the doubt. At least 5 to 8 people will be the only ones that actually learn something. Everybody else is only there for face. Everybody else is only there just to waste time, pass time by, or to learn what they want to learn and keep it pushing. People go into orientation thinking that they already got it. You don't got it yet. See, the thing is with game and the thing is with learning and success is that it's a continuous cycle of learning and evolving and undoing and knowing more. Undoing and knowing more. Because the more you know, the more you don't know. It's real shit. Let me look at these comments real quick. This man hurt talking about me too much. It's Jesus Christ. It's me, Bella said, your mom, if you don't like this girl, bro, it's not that big of a deal. You don't have to comment. Yeah, it's me, Bella. I mean, it seems, you'll make yourself, once you start making yourself here, we have these. But see, one thing that I've learned is that, great to see you, Ephraim. I'm gonna come to you next. But one thing that I learned a lot was just that the people that come on here to troll, they create such great examples of lessons that I learned. Even if I'm on some other shit. But they actually they help create the world. People like your mom be those same ones who they're like, what are they called? The people that watch TV just to criticize people and point their finger? Those are those people. They're criticizing the people on TV, but they're making the views and they're putting money in their pockets. So your mom is greatly appreciated. I'm just learning to use these motherfuckers, but thank you, it's me, Bella. Or I'm gonna just use Bella. I'm gonna just use the word Bella. Ephraim says, salute, Izzy. I was just conversing with myself in a lesson I just learned right now. The physical body is consensual. Hold on though. To what the soul's purpose strives for when embodying that knowing inside. Yes, salute. It's very true. It's very true. You see, because we can even say to what the soul purpose strives for. We can say in a sense of learning, understanding, and not understanding to the sense, Sour Patch, great to see you. You know what I'm saying? Blue hearts all day. But understanding to the sense of, I understand, I don't know everything. You see, and Ephraim and I and I'm not going to discuss too much in the live, but we were in a live previously, which it was an exclusive after hours live, where I was giving out some invitations, some golden invitations to some people, opportunity to stay alone. They showed their worth. The thing is, you don't know shit. If I extend something and you're coming to me for something, and this is not even for just me, this can be for anything in life, things that you don't know. That doesn't mean try to ask more questions. That doesn't mean let me see what I can get out of the situation. People are sneaky. They're gonna try to word things in a way to get a loophole. Thing is, you can't cheat the game. You can't cheat this shit. You can't cheat your learning. You can't cheat your understanding. You can't cheat where you're going to your life and direction, because regardless of what you think, that's just gonna come out regardless. The way you really think and how you truly present yourself, how you are within, it's gonna come out regardless. It will. It may not happen in this first 6 months. This shit may not happen in the first year. But I guarantee throughout that year, 6 months, you will be having this sense of just depression, of where you're lost within, because you don't know who the fuck you are. You're playing in such a character because you want to get something, but whole time that desire to get something to play this character is actually you trying to escape your own reality. And this goes deep into the part where we're talking about why the game is, and the main difference between someone who has game, learning game, versus someone who thinks that they do. You see, when people think about, they think that they got game. They think it because they think that they can just play a part. There's a lot more actors and actresses versus there are naturals. Even the thing with being a natural, you still have to be someone who has to evolve. Like, you can be a natural, which is good, but understand that there's more to learn than just being a natural. You see, I'm a natural myself, but me being a natural can only stick me and make me stay at level 1 of being a natural. brought it back to with my mentor. He knew I was a natural. That's why he said, I'm taking you under my wing and you're gonna learn. And I'm gonna teach you shit. Because this is you, but you're sloppy with it. You don't know a lot of stuff, you're naive in a lot of things, you're green in a lot of shit. So then it evolved into, you know what? Sure, man, I was like, me, what? My attitude was like, what the fuck? Me? I'm not, ain't no way. But then there was a part that was like, yeah, he's right though. Because if I came to him and told him that, and he told me that, then I get what I deserve because I asked. So it came with it. So then I learned. Then my level 1 of naturalness became level 2, level 3, level 4. And as time goes, even to this time, everything is still being crafted, well put. There's no such thing as perfect because everything is always evolving. So it's still being created. It's still happening. Let me go ahead and look at this conversation real quick. I had a great time, but I do have to do my homework. Thank you. Needed it more than lot. Most definitely. Do your thing. Thank you for stopping by. What I don't know, everything at 15. Yeah, exactly. And the thing too is that he always taught me to slow down. Even still now, like, I be wanting to. I can be impatient sometimes. I'm not lying. But it's not in the sense of where like it's gonna disrupt what I have going on. It's just that I like to get things done. I like to know shit, and things are just a one step at a time. So he always told me to slow down, and why I brought that up is because it's like it will take its time. You see, we can speed things up mentally, emotionally, shit. We can get right, right. But just because we're getting right here, everything around us can take its time too, and even in here can still take its time too. See, we can be fast in the process of understanding shit, but things will still take its time. For instance, if you don't know, let's say I just taught you how to approach a lady, whatever. So you learn it in your head. It makes sense. When you do it in person, though, when you physically make the act of approaching, saying hello and how you doing, my name is I wanna you may not even come off like that, bro. And if you do, you may just be mimicking something. The only reason I said those two things is because one, you're not used to it. So you don't know what that really looks like for real. You only know what it looks like from things that you've seen. But when you do it in real life, in real time, you get to learn you. It's not gonna look like how it looks like in your head. But this is why I make the importance of making sure that you also live life physically the way we break shit down mentally. Because it's not just about in our mind. It is. Because we are the key to everything. But we can only be the key to what we actually believe we are on this physical level as well. We have to show it. And if we don't actually show ourselves what we're doing physically, but we do it mentally, it's not real, bro. That's a delusion. Because remember, this is what builds that confidence and undeniable trust within yourself, is because you align your thoughts and actions together to make this happen. You see, and this is also what separates people who have game versus people who think that they do or don't. Because these motherfuckers be out here thinking that they know it all. And then when they get into the game, they want to sit on the bench. You see, let me tell y'all something, bro. And I made a video about this too, and I can even explain a little bit further on lives because I low-key like going live more than I like doing videos. I do videos for like reactions, but like going live is so much better to engage and really just break shit down. I don't gotta worry about no time limit. I just, Bro, flirting isn't logical. Charisma isn't logical. Talking to women isn't logical. This is what I mean when I say that. When we think about logical, we're thinking about analyzing and analytic breakdowns and shit. We know we can create a game plan, but what if that game plan in the game becomes something completely different? Then what? Your whole plan is fucked. You're starting to get panicked. You start to have anxiety. My plan didn't work out. My plan didn't work out. The best players in the game, from what I've learned, from what I'm doing, from what happens, from what I've seen, is those who are able to be quick on their feet. When I flirt, I'm not flirting to think. I'm flirting because I'm feeling this. and I'm feeling you. You see, like it's not, and it's always off the dome. It's never like I'm trying to think 3,000 steps ahead because even when you're here right now and you're flirting, you actually create a direction to where you want to go next. Like when we talk about should we view women just as sexual partners? Bitch, I don't know yet. Let me see this really quickly and let's have a conversation. And then based off what I see and what I like in that 3 minutes, oh, this gonna go from over here to over here. And if it ain't going from there, then I don't want it then. I would say it though. Because remember, boldness is great too. See, you can think, but it's execution and being in the game is really where it falls in. The conversation pieces. When I tell y'all to say this, when she says this, I don't sit down and think like this. I'm not typing on my laptop, I'm not doing that. These are things that genuinely has happened to me that I made it off my feet. And you could be thinking to yourself, well, damn, what can I do to get to that point? One simple step. And you can't even come with your own thinking with this. See, everything ties together. You got to go out there and talk and experience. You must. The only ways through. There is no loopholes. There is no cheat in the game. Because once you do, you may get away with it once, twice, 3 times, whatever. But at the same time, you may be like, oh shit, wait. This ain't actually working for me. I can only get away with so much. Because eventually, you aren't going to be who you say you are. Eventually. Because if you try to create loopholes doing the work, what you're saying to yourself mentally is that I'm going to create mental loopholes and not actually understand it. I'm making a loophole because I only want to understand things at my level. Learning and upgrading game yourself and evolving isn't a mental loophole. It's actually going through that shit. Because then that's when you truly understand it. That's when you get it. You're like, fuck. I've been trying to make loopholes and sneak my way into things because I'm a sneaky, lazy motherfucker. And you got to accept that part. And once you do, you're ahead of the game. Because not everybody wants to see that. Not everybody wants to have the rude awakening. It's not even a rude awakening. The thing is just who you always been, who you always were. But it shows because now you're trying to learn something that you never knew, but you're only learning it from your lens. You have to learn it from other lens. And then once you apply it, it's like the same thing where they say in companies. Oh, you're gonna, this is the formula. Do it this way. But I promise eventually you'll learn how to do it your own way. The same shit applies in the game. Now, I'm gonna be out of here in a few. I'm gonna take like 4 to 5 more minutes on here. I'm just gonna engage. Get the likes up if y'all have not. Subscribe if y'all new. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you guys for taking the time out again. I was gonna do the movie review, but I was like, you know what, man, fuck it. I'm too great. I be getting too much into topics, bro. I be loving this shit. If there's any questions in the comments, please present yourself as such. Learning stuff far knows me. Oh yeah, we seen that. Efrain also says, always following your impulses and chosen inner experiences will always lead to you treasure. Yep, game. Yeah, Gemini game for sure. I remember I met the shaman. She actually called me a shaman. I was like, I don't think I could take that title. I was like, I don't think I could take that. She was like, you're a gem. You got a gem in you. I was like, well, I mean, Gemini, but I think it was just, I probably wasn't ready at the time. I don't know, but I don't know about shaman, but I've always had a high understanding for shit. Ephraim says, always from the mouse who got the cheese, who had the hunger, to the mouse who strived and got hit by a mousetrap, both gain an equal amount of treasure by following their feeling experience. Exactly. Same desire, different outcomes. Literally. Same desire, different outcomes. And it's always going to show that way. And those who learn and those who want to learn but only want to learn in their own way get the same results. That one just goes left, the other goes right. That's it. But they're both doing the same thing. It's just that one understands what I'm doing right here isn't correct. I'm not getting to where I need to be right now. I'm not like, this is not the direction I need to go in. I'm doing the same pattern. I keep fucking up at. One day I'm gonna get caught by this trap, and I'm not gonna be able to move, and maybe my life is gonna end like the mouse. The other guy is saying, "Nah, we're gonna find a way around that trap. We're gonna do this and that. We're gonna the cheese and this and that." All right. One got the cheese without having to do all that, learning a different way. The other one got the cheese trying to make a loophole around the trap. The whole time you're trying to make a loophole around the trap, but the trap is always gonna be there. The way to get away from the trap is to say, you know what? There's different ways of doing this. Now, again, my name is AllStar Izzy. This has been an AllStar conversation. I'm gonna title this no idea, but I just had to put various topics because one thing I'm gonna just start doing is just, I mean, I speak on multiple topics at one. I don't want to just put it to one unless it's like a 5, 8, 10 reasons why or some shit like that. But other than that, we never really just speak on one topic because remember, everything is a constellation. Everything always connects. And this is something I'm realizing, something that I noticed that's good for me too, is like I can't just stick onto one thing. Not in the sense that I can't stay there, but this one thing will always seep out into something else. That's why I tell y'all, your confidence will seep out into your dating life. The way you communicate effectively will seep out into somewhere else, man. That's why I just caught a mouse this morning. Man, I think, see, I'm not afraid of, you know what's funny? That's funny though, Jackie. I'm not even afraid, like, you know, a lot of people like afraid of mice and rats and mouses. I don't think I'm afraid of them. I just don't like how they move. Like the way they move, like when they run, or like how they, I just cannot. I can't get down with it. You know, some people like the cuteness. I don't fuck with it. Listen, I don't know. It's just the way they move kind of disgusts me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But that's just life, man. I guess so. Fuck it. That's a mouse. But anyways, if we don't have any further comments nor any questions, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and end this off myself. My name is AllStar Izzy. Wanted to come on here. This was a conversation about learning the difference between being a student of the game and someone who thinks that they have game. We had great examples from your mom. It's funny because that's the name. We had great examples from a keyboard warrior behind the screen enjoying the show, putting the time hours up. So thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the like. I'm pretty sure you did. And if you didn't, you know you liked it. It's okay. Most people that hate, as there's something that they want to relate to. So it be like that, you know? Plus that y'all help the world go round. Cause somebody needs to do the work when somebody has to lead. But we also made this into understanding levels to this shit. Okay. And so just keep in mind for what y'all do. Keep moving forward. This has been an AllStar conversation. I'm gonna talk to you guys next time. We out this thing. Peace.